The Champions League is back again, and in today's video, I'm going to be giving you guys my predictions for the first leg in the round of 16 games. Obviously, the playoff stage is now officially over and we are into the round of 16. And in my opinion, there were some crazy matchups in the playoff stage. And in the round of 16, I think things will get even crazier. In today's video, I'm going to be predicting the scoreline of every single match in the first leg in the round of 16. And obviously, if you guys agree with my predictions, remember to leave a comment down below. But if you disagree with my predictions and you think there may be a few upsets here and there, remember to leave your predictions in the comments down below and I'll be sure to reply to every single comment. So without further ado, let's get right into these predictions. Starting off with the first match on Tuesday, we have Club Brugge against Aston Villa. Aston Villa obviously did skip the playoff stage as they finished in the top 8, making it directly into the round of 16. Whereas Club Brugge, on the other hand, we saw them come up against Atalanta, who most people, including myself, thought would 100% go through. But Club Brugge ended up shocking everyone as they beat Atalanta in both legs. Now, obviously, there were some very controversial decisions, but you cannot discredit how good Club Brugge were. And in this matchup against Aston Villa, I don't think people should write them off. Aston Villa are obviously a great team, and so far in this Champions League, they have been performing very well. But if you look at them within the last month in the Premier League, we've seen them look a little bit inconsistent, where they've lost against both Wolves and recently 4-1 against Crystal Palace. And we've also seen them get a few draws, like their draw against Ipswich and against Liverpool. But even though Aston Villa have been a little bit inconsistent in recent weeks, I think that they're still going to beat Club Brugge 2-1. Moving on to the next match, we have Borussia Dortmund against Lille. Borussia Dortmund ended up beating Sporting in the playoff round 3-0 on aggregate. And if you look at them so far in this Champions League, they have been pretty good. But in the Bundesliga, especially in 2025, they have not looked very consistent. Obviously, they have gotten a few good results here and there, but in January, and even still within the last month, they have been losing in certain games where really they should be winning. I think it really depends on how well they play defensively. If they are very good defensively, I think they will win this game. But if they make a few defensive errors, I think Lille can definitely take advantage of that, especially with their very good attackers. But with the home advantage, playing at Signal Iduna Park, I do think that Borussia Dortmund will be able to just edge it in this game, and I think they're going to beat Lille 2-1. Moving on to the next match, we have PSV against Arsenal. This, in my opinion, is going to be the first upset in the round of 16, where I think PSV can actually beat Arsenal in this first leg. We've seen Arsenal in recent years in UEFA competitions, and they haven't been particularly good. And we've seen them lose multiple times to teams that realistically they should be winning against. And especially this season and in recent weeks, with that lack of power in the front three, I think Arsenal could really struggle in this game. We've seen how much Arsenal has been struggling recently in the Premier League with their main attackers like Kai Havertz, Bukayo Saka, and Martinelli all being out for injury. I think that in this game, with PSV's home advantage, I think PSV can definitely take advantage. PSV played very good in the playoff round against Juventus, and in my opinion, the main reason why I think PSV could possibly win this game is they have the ability to score from so many different positions. Obviously, they're attackers, but even their midfielders score so many goals. And for that reason, I'm going to predict that PSV will upset Arsenal and win 1-0. Moving on to the next match, we have Real Madrid against Atletico Madrid. It's so crazy that already in the round of 16, we have a Madrid Derby. And in my opinion, this is going to be a very high scoring game. Obviously, in a lot of tough matchups, most people predict Atletico Madrid to get maybe 1 goal. But in my opinion, I think this will be a very high scoring game. And especially with how good both Real Madrid and Atletico Madrid's attacks are, I think there will be a lot of goals. We all saw what Real Madrid did against Man City, where Kylian Mbappe got a hat-trick, and obviously that was a crazy game. And in general, Real Madrid's attack has been steadily improving throughout the season. But even Atletico Madrid, they have been scoring a lot more goals than what people would normally expect. And within the last few games, we saw them put 5 goals past Getafe, they put 3 goals past Valencia, and even in the Copa del Rey match, they scored 4 goals against Barcelona. In my opinion, I think this is going to be a very entertaining match. It could definitely go either way, but I'm going to predict a 3-2 win for Real Madrid. Moving on to the next match, we have Feyenoord against Inter Milan. Honestly, I think Inter Milan have been severely disrespected so far in this Champions League, because if you look at them in the league phase, yes, they didn't score a lot of goals, but they conceded the least amount of goals out of every other team, where in the 8 games they played, they only conceded 1 goal, which is absolutely crazy. Everyone is talking about how good Arsenal's defense is, how good Liverpool's defense is. Inter conceded 1 goal in the 8 league phase games, which is absolutely ridiculous. And in my opinion, they have arguably the best defense in the world. Obviously, with the way Inzaghi plays, it's not about scoring goals, but it's about defending the lead. And that's why Inter Milan can score 1 goal, defend for the rest of the game, and get the result. Now, maybe it may not be the most entertaining game, but they get the job done, and that's what I think they will do against Feyenoord. Obviously, anything could happen, and we could see Feyenoord get a surprise upset, but in my opinion, I'm going to go for a 2-0 Inter Milan win. Moving on to the next match, we have Bayern Munich against Bayer Leverkusen. We have the 2 top teams in the Bundesliga already coming up against each other in the round of 16. And in my opinion, this will be a very, very close matchup. If you look at both of these teams in the Bundesliga, Bayern Munich are in first place while Bayer Leverkusen are in second place. And both of them have only lost 1 game this season. So that tells you how good they are defensively. But Bayern Munich have definitely been the better team offensively this season. We see the likes of Harry Kane, Jamal Musiala, Olise, and especially Leroy Sané all playing very, very good this season. But they even have other players like Muller, like Gnabry, who here and there also put in some very good performances. And for that reason, I think Bayern Munich have probably one of the strongest offensive lineups in the world. Obviously, Bayer Leverkusen are still a fantastic team and they do have an incredible offense. But in my opinion, they don't look as consistent as they were last season. But in this match, coming up against Bayern Munich, I think it will be a very, very close match. And for that reason, I'm going to predict a 2-2 draw. Moving on to the next match, we have Benfica against Barcelona. We already saw this matchup in the league phase, and in my opinion, it has been the craziest match so far in this Champions League, where Benfica were leading for most of the game, and Barcelona ended up scoring a few very late goals to win that game 5-4. It was an incredible game, and in my opinion, I think this will be another very good matchup. Barcelona have looked very, very strong this season, and especially their attack with Lewandowski, Rafinha, and Lamine Yamal have been absolutely incredible. But we cannot rule out Benfica because obviously we've seen how good they've been playing so far in this Champions League, and with their star striker Pavlidis, who's been scoring so many goals recently, anything could happen in this game. But in my opinion, I just think Barcelona look a little bit too strong at the moment, and for that reason, I'm going to predict a 3-1 win for Barcelona. And finally, the last match we got is one of the most anticipated matches between PSG and Liverpool. This is going to be a crazy, crazy match. Obviously, Liverpool have been probably the best team in the world. In the league phase, they finished in first place. In the Premier League, they're currently in first place, and they look like they will win the Premier League title. But PSG has been going under the radar a little bit because in my opinion, they have been also one of the best teams in the world. In the Liga, obviously they are in first place, but even in this Champions League, yes, they did get off to a little bit of a rough start in the league phase, but towards the end of that phase and in the playoff round, they were absolutely incredible, scoring 10 goals in both legs against Brest, which is phenomenal. The thing about Liverpool is, in my opinion, I don't think many teams in the world could beat them, but PSG, I think, are one of those teams that could definitely pull off an upset against Liverpool. PSG have so many strong young players that are very, very energetic, and they have an incredible manager with very, very good tactics. And yes, again, Liverpool are a fantastic team, but with the home advantage, I think PSG could upset Liverpool in this game. I think it will be a very, very close game. Obviously, Liverpool have an incredible defense, but I just think that with the energy and the incredible skill of some of these PSG attackers, I think they're going to beat Liverpool at home, and I'm going to predict them to win this game 2-1. And that is the end of this video. Those were my predictions for the first leg in the Champions League round of 16 games. If you guys agree with my predictions, remember to leave a comment down below. But if you disagree with my predictions and you think there may be a few different results than to what I said, remember to leave your predictions in the comments down below, and I'll be sure to reply to every single comment. If you guys did enjoy this video and you're excited for these second leg games, remember to leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and stay tuned for more videos.